Alright, City fans and curious neutrals, Man City looks promising again, even though a well-fought loss against Hilal in the recent few days of me recording this video hasn't really changed my opinion much, as I am looking towards the long season up ahead, in which I strongly believe City has so much potential to contribute. Manchester City recruited Lyon's prodigy Cherki for an extra added flair alongside Doku, imported a Dutch-powered midfield Tijani Reijnders, bolted on Wolves turbo left back Reijnders, and best of all, Rodri is back at full battery. In this video, we will explore the possibility of Man City winning a considerable number of titles in the upcoming years. Welcome to another episode of NoBall IQ. This is Nervik, your host, and in today's episode, we are going to explore why this revamped City squad could dominate next season in the Premier League and other competitions. Let's not pretend Pep just picked up a few names. He did spend a lot of money. Again, boys, we all know City got loaders on retainer like it's Wall Street. But nonetheless, Cherki, 21, comes in for $36.5 million from Lyon. Can play left wing, cam, and is an absolute baller. His finishing is unbelievable. Imagine Grealish's feet, but with actual shooting intentions. Thunder. My bad, Grello. Moving on to Tijani Reijnders, 26, £46 million midfield pickup from AC Milan. La Citia's best center mid last season. He possesses the stamina of a marathon runner and the passing precision. That's kind of like when Spotify suggests you a banger and you low-key enjoy it more because it was super random. Bro's the type of coworker to finish all his tasks by 4:59, spin in his chair once, then hit you with a need a hand. Surprised? You don't expect it, do you, lol? But in footballing terms, he is that sensation to me in the midfield. Unpredictable, yet dependable. We will glaze him more later on in the video. This guy is too good, I am telling you, boys. Then there's Aït-Nouri, 24 years old, signed for £31 million from Wolves. Lightning in boots. At last, a left back who understands overlaps instinctively. And boys, I believe this is low-key what Pep needed, which he lacked last season. But anyway, moving on. Next up, we have Marcus Bettinelli, 32, joining on a free. Probably just Ederson's emotional support keeper, but hey, vibes matter. Oh, and don't forget the Avengers level returning cast: Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Haaland, Foden, Rico Lewis. Depth level? Silly really at this point. But while City are out here assembling a FIFA Ultimate Team in real life, Liverpool's been cooking too, stacking up the team with world-class players like Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez, reshaping the dynamics of the whole team and maybe, just maybe, ready to go to war. And what about Arsenal? Still no number 9 yet? My man Arteta is pretty much chillin'. All hail to Mikel Merino, lol. He is ambitious, sure, but sustainable? Well, that's another episode. Comment below if you want me to break down Liverpool's new signings or dive into Arsenal's skyscraper project, because this season is looking like tactical chaos in the best way. No, this is Pep 101 for you, ladies and gentlemen. Even though there is a slight tweak in the shape, making it a 3-2-4-1 diamond box instead of a regular 4-3-3. And most probably here's how it might work. Haaland up top with Foden and Cherki flanking. Bernardo Silva is just behind as the creative heartbeat. Aït-Nouri and Lewis take care of the flanks, drifting or overlapping depending on the opponent's press levels. Reijnders and Rodri can anchor the base with ease. At the back, Vardiol, Ruben Diaz, and Akanji are also looking very solid as defensive walls. With the ball, Man City generating insane overloads, at least so far throughout the Club World Cup tournament, where defenders sit back and create a defensive structure when they have the ball, designed to quickly regain possession and prevent a counterattack if the ball is lost. And on top of that, a very good fundamental quality of this tactical setup is that it allows intricate passing patterns throughout the pitch where any chance can lead to a goal-scoring opportunity. Although having observed Pep Guardiola in the Premier League for several years, his approach is no longer unfamiliar to us. That same fluid movement, positional play, and exploiting space based on the in-game situation. But this time, with better reinforcement and squad depth. But suddenly, why is it working for City? Boys, I ain't no Pep Guardiola, but here's why I think it's working. Rodri and Reijnders give you defensive cover and progression in one neat package. Aït-Nouri sometimes overlaps, sometimes sneaks inside. Lewis goes wherever the system breaks. And up top, along with Haaland, Cherki, and Marmoush, will be the biggest goal threat for City in the upcoming seasons. But having said that, I can't ignore Doku, Foden, and Savinho. All of these players are world class, and all of them are in a headspace like been there, done that. I genuinely think Man City will implement serious counterattacking moving forward. I get that City was not a counterattacking team in the previous years, but with players like Cherki who can handle chaos so well, as a matter of fact, Cherki's averaging 4.7 dribbles per 90 in League On. That's mixtape territory. But on top of that, linking with Haaland very well too. At least that's a positive, as we saw Haaland getting much colder in front of the net when De Bruyne was not present to feed him the passes. Side note, low-key I feel like Mbappe is better than Haaland. But who cares, brother? Who cares?
They talking crazy about you. They said
brother, who cares? Who cares, brother? Who cares, brother? Who cares? Today, smash.
Anyways, moving on. Reijnders, he's press resistant and vertically minded. While others panic, he passes. Even recently, the match City played against Al Hilal, he was smooth as butter, making runs in an advanced position during crucial moments, occupying valuable off-the-ball space, allowing him to make vital interceptions when opponents try to counterattack. A perfect candidate for Pep's rest defense structure. Now, boy, I don't want to bore you guys with NPC buzzwords, but to put it simply, from my understanding is that Reijnders takes a lot of pressure away from Rodri by providing more space to Rodri. Man City are never out of options when it comes to creating goal threats. Oof, that was kind of tiring. Alright, I'm going to shortly mention a few more players in short who can turn out to be an asset for them in the upcoming season. Aït-Nouri racked up 9 goals and 15 assists across 135 games for Wolves, all without a functioning attacking plan with due respect to Wolves. Now imagine him in this typical rest defense structure from Pep Guardiola, which will unlock so much of Nouri's attacking potential. Rico Lewis, he's the modern football Swiss Army knife. Nothing much to add really. Plays left back, right back, and defensive mid, and is turning out to be a perfect fullback in the modern football game. And Rodri, well, last season without him, City looked mortal. Now that he's back, everybody needs to chill and let City cook for the upcoming seasons across Europe. I know he's just back and also coming back from an ACL, which isn't easy, but I think Rodri can come back very strong, and we already watched glimpses of Rodri's renowned class in this ongoing Club World Cup. Here's how I think Man City will operate on the business end of the season, when things will start to get real, and we have seen them doing it for year after year after year. Liverpool fans, you know what I mean, right? So it won't be something that's drastically different than what we discussed, but as we saw them struggling against teams who played low block play style in high voltage knockout matches in the later part of the season. So here's how I think Pep would do it. Against deep blocks, it's a W-shaped structure, wide width, tight center. Cherki drifts into the half space, Aït-Nouri flies past him. Bernardo Silva lurks for the killer pass. Against high presses, Rodri, Reijnders, Lewis form an escape triangle. Foden or Cherki take off into space. One switch, and boom, Haaland's cooking a 1v1. So, according to me, they're going to create more, defend tighter, and punish silly giveaways in no time. So why is this team leaning towards winning the Premier League title next season? Mainly because of the squad depth it offers primarily. The bench is stacked. Savinho, Doku, Nunez, Oscar Bob, and so many more. Also, don't forget about the academy. Manchester City has been actively promoting academy players to the first team and succeeding with them. Phil Foden, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob. And boys, did you guys also know Brahim Diaz was from the City Academy too? Now that brings me to the dynamic flexibility this team can switch between, from 4-2-3-1 to 3-2-4-1 without blinking. In terms of youth energy, Cherki and Aït-Nouri are always on the run, constantly pressing, trying to win the ball back. And then comes Rodri, the spine, the glue, the heart of Man City. Now this is all fine, but what we'll bring up is how well Pep can rotate the squad. Talking about fixture management, this squad can handle 3 matches a week without any issues in my opinion, if not an unwanted injury comes up in the crucial part of the season. And that reminds me of the fact that no team's bulletproof. Also, having said that, I can't really think much negatively regarding this team, only the fact that it would take some time to build that chemistry. Too many new faces. Also, KDB's departure could take some time to fill in that void, even though it's kind of impossible to replace De Bruyne, but adjustments could take some time to run in properly. And on top of that, things like Aït-Nouri's been injury prone for Wolves, having repetitive knocks on his ankle and calves, so that might be a matter of concern. And Haaland without service gets grumpy too. Also, Pep's fullback adventures could leave space wide open. Man City will most likely do well in the upcoming seasons. Manchester City's perceived weaknesses are overshadowed by the considerable strengths they are assembling, making them a formidable force in the grand scheme of things. My final prediction? I would say 90 plus points in the league and at least 1 domestic trophy with a serious competition in the UCL knockout matches. For the upcoming seasons, I am anticipating City might win it all again. Don't agree? Hit the comments. Do agree? Still hit the comments. Either way, subscribe to NoBall IQ, which will motivate us to make more videos in the future. Like the vid, share with your friends who like to hear the opinion of a random person on the internet. And remember, keep your ball IQ dangerously high. Peace out.